Hi guys, we get a lot of questions about how I get my hair and my waves so silky smooth. So I'm gonna let you in on the secret now. We have these 100% satin do-rags. These are good for all hair types and textures, whether you have waves, whether you've got plaits, whether you've got dreads, whether you just want to keep your hair flat. Gents as well, this is for the man them, you know. Don't tell anyone I told ya. If you want to extend that haircut, then throw on your do-rag, man. Tie it at night, you roll around, it flattens the hair. Ladies, you get your nice little do on, you want to look good, you got a big date coming up. Tie it down, boo. You don't need to worry about it messing up when you wake up. You jump up. Come, so you ready for road, man? 100% satin do-rags. Click the link in the bio.
I got my new thing imported. I got the Christian Dior. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford it. Look what I did with the bag. Look what I did with the bag. I got the thing in the back, and I ain't taking no chat. I got my new thing imported. I got the Christian Dior. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford.
Follow us on Instagram at Express Truth Show.
Unfiltered people, we're back up in the building. Express Truth Show, making Thursdays great again. People, before we do anything else today, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. And people, if you have not, head over to the Express Truth Clips channel and subscribe to get your Express Truth clips. Now, people, we're back up in the building a little bit later this week. And the reason for that, it's a long weekend. It's bank holiday weekend, people. Not only that, but this is SB's birthday episode as well, man. So big up Stephen on his birthday as well, even though it hasn't landed yet. But by the time this drops, it's birthday season, man. So Stephen, come through, man. Come through. What are you saying?
Gang. Making Thursdays great again. Never late again. It's the dynamic duo in full effect. Your favorite podcast. Changing the world one Thursday at a time. Talk to me nice, G.
We're in the building, Stephen. Like I said, man, it's all about you this week, and it's your birthday, you know. It's your birthday, so it's a celebration, yourself, man. It's a celebration. If we don't celebrate it, Stephen, who will? We gotta celebrate. We gotta celebrate, man. So what you say?
Everyone who knows, man, yeah, you all know. Anyone who knows me, man, any regular listeners, you all know I'm shy. I don't like the spotlight. I don't like attention. So when it's up, fuck all that. I can't even pretend to be humble. It's all about me. You get me? It's all about the kid. Yeah? Tell your girl I'm going to check her later this evening after me beat up some big boy dinner.
It's the birthday weekend, man. Enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy yourself. Gang. Like I said, you've gone around the sun one more time, Stephen. You've gone around the sun again. If we don't celebrate it, who will? So it's a birthday episode and it's birthday celebrations this weekend. See what I mean? Simple. Even though people, we have to, you could call it the warm-up still. You could call it the annual Express Truth Fort Park visit / Stephen's birthday warm-up. The second annual. Next year, we're adding a few more bits. We're adding a few more public bits as well. We just haven't got it signed and sealed yet.
Yeah, we're gonna get some. We're gonna give people a chance to rub shoulders with the Express Truth, so to speak. Yeah,
yeah, man.
That's what we're gonna say. That's how we're putting this out, man. But we said, blood, wagwan.
Don't skip over that yet, Stephen. Don't skip over that, because a lot of people will be like, when you gonna do this live show? People, don't get it twisted. We were the first mans in Brum to do live show. So don't get that twisted.
Oh, the live show.
Yeah, we were the first man in Brum. It's just that we didn't really want to keep doing show until we really...
Like everyone else, man.
We did it, yeah. That's why, but we're going to get back to that. But yeah, Stephen, everything's blessed, man. We're just taking it easy, ready to get into these topics. If you missed last week's show, head over there and listen to it, man. Hit the like button, leave a comment.
Show, I don't know what you're doing with your life, man. Yo, what's this blink twice thing, G? You heard about that?
You know what? You sent me the trailer. I just looked on it, but it looks good still. It looks good.
Might have to take it in, you know.
We're gonna, is it out now?
Yeah, come out. Yes, come out yesterday. So come out Friday.
Okay, say no more. We might have to take that in then. A British mom died while undergoing Brazilian butt lift surgery from a Turkish clinic her family described as a pop-up butcher shop. And to add to the horror, her body was found to be missing parts of several vital organs after her death. Kaydell Brown had just celebrated her 38th birthday when she died on March 26th at Clinic Expert in Istanbul, where she underwent an intense 3-part cosmetic procedure that included a tummy tuck, liposuction, and the BBL, her grieving sister, Leanne, told ITV News. 3 people walked in and said, "Can you come with us, please?" Leanne, who was scheduled to have the same surgery during that fateful trip, recalled the harrowing moment she was pulled from the waiting room. They took me to a room and they just started to say, "You know, there's been some complications with surgery. You know, things can happen." And I said, "Has my sister died?" And he said, "I'm sorry, but yeah." Clinic officials told Leanne that Brown had died in the recovery room following the procedure. Staff claimed they were unable to wake up the mother of 2. They theorized some fat had traveled to her lungs. Leanne was in deep shock, but was refused access to Brown's body. Instead, the staff handed her $5,400 refund. So they handed her her refund, booked her flight home, and ushered her quickly out of the country. They just gave me an envelope and said, "Here's your money back, and here's your sister's money back, and here's your flight." It's like, "Sorry, she's dead. Here's your plane ticket," she said. Okay, we don't even need to read no more of that. We don't even need to read no more of that. So, okay, these stories, Stephen, for me, they're becoming too often. I think this is maybe like the 3rd one we've reported on. Now, for me, this is simple. Very, very simple. These surgeries ain't safe. They're not safe. And women keep taking the risk constantly. Like, ladies, if you want something overnight, yeah, there's going to be risk involved. If you want to change your whole body overnight, you have to understand that there's serious risk involved. I've got to keep it real. First of all, rest in peace to this young lady who has left behind 2 children. But the facts of this, we've got a thing called a gym. We've got a thing called exercise. That is what we need to be tapping into. No, I'm not saying that you're going to get the results overnight. The facts are you're not going to. It's going to take you some time. But this constant search for perfection is creating casualties. It was only a few years ago that, what's the guy's name again, man? There was a guy in the States, one of them guys from
DC Young Fly.
DC Young Fly. Popular guy, comedian from the States. His partner went to go and get surgery and passed, leaving 2 children. People, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And look at how these men are handling you guys as well. When you go to these places, look at how you guys are being handled in these places. You go into Turkey, you're getting ushered out quickly after your sister's just passed. What kind of trauma is that? And on top of that, we're hearing about potential organ harvesting and all these kind of things. Ladies, this is very scary. Very, very scary. I'm an old school guy, so there ain't no pressure on no women around me. But the facts of this, all you need is a clean diet and a gym membership and some water. I'm not saying you're going to look like the most sculpted IG model, but you know what? You're going to be healthy. You can't keep taking these risks, ladies. You cannot, especially when you've got children, because the facts of the matter is, you're dead for nothing. R.I.P. I'll say it again, R.I.P. But you've died for nothing. And those children are gonna grow up, yeah, having to tell that story of losing their mother based on cosmetic surgery. This is not even no surgery, you know, Stephen, where you needed it for your health. This is for vanity reasons. And the way I see it, I'm going to tell it like I said it to you off air, Stephen. If these ladies are seeing these celebrities going in there and dying, not to mention all of these horror stories, because it's only certain stories that are reported. There's a lot of these stories that are going on week in, week out. And if this is not stopping these ladies from making that trip to Turkey, Stephen, I don't know what will.
BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. All for the sake of vanity. Mark, it's never going to stop, man. It will never stop until these procedures are banned. People don't care, or ladies don't care about it's the most dangerous procedure you can do. Ladies don't care about 1 in 10 can dead. They don't care about any of it. And then to make matters worse with this particular story, you're talking about organ harvesting. Yeah? Organ harvesting. So how do we not know that it wasn't a simple case of no procedure ran, no anesthesia was admitted, no nothing, no this, no that. They just got her in and took out her organs. Oh, she's dead. Refund, plane ticket. Because I don't know how you get from botched BBL to she was missing, the cadaver's missing organs. To me, there's no correlation between the two. What do you mean the organs were missing? So she died 10 minutes ago and you already doing an autopsy. I didn't know this was the morgue.
And had the money ready, Stephen, to refund her. We gotta remember that the money was already ready to refund her and usher her out of the country as quick as possible with her flight. Yeah. So let me say as it is. Sorry to interrupt you there, but
that's right.
You're onto something, and I want to ask you: could some of these appointments be more about the harvesting than the BBL? I'll just say it like that.
Mark, of course, man. Of course, not all. Like, I'm not gonna come on here and try and brandish Turkey as some demonic place where you're not figure. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. I'm no one to do that. But certainly not, because when you look at these things and you hear, you can get BBL for cheap in DR or Colombia or Turkey. Sometimes cheaper is not always better. Just because you get the best deal, you know, doesn't necessarily mean it is the best deal.
Facts.
Because you never heard the saying, you're saving pennies just to lose pounds.
Real talk, and in this case, you've lost way more than pounds.
You lost way more, man. You gone, so one life lost. You're picking them life, English. You've died, so your life's gone. Your sister's going to be traumatized. Your children are going to be traumatized. The surrounding family are going to be traumatized. Any friends, loved ones, community. Like, this is what I've come to learn more and more as I've gotten older. How much death really affects those who are left behind.
Facts.
Because it's never a case of, oh, so-and-so passed. That's sad. The end. No, man, like, that's going to affect certain people forever, for the rest of their life. Some people may never be the same, and especially the scenario surrounding your death. It wasn't a life-saving treatment you went in for. It was cosmetic bullshit, to call a spade a spade.
Facts. It wasn't like, if I'm her child, like, again, we got to keep saying this disclaimer. Rest in peace. But as a child, if I'm the child, yeah, I don't think I can come to peace with it, because I'm going to be like, yo, it wasn't a life-threatening surgery. You didn't walk outside and get hit by a bus. Like, you've chose to alter your body for cosmetic, for vanity reasons. So you've chose to take on cosmetic surgery, very dangerous cosmetic surgery, for vanity. Yo, there's nothing that could take me away from my children, you know, for vanity, you know.
Yeah,
for vanity. And even a lot of, I know a couple of men that have did it, so this is not aimed at no man, but even some of you man that and making them pin up your head as well. With them,
That's aimed at every brother family.
That Steven's got no chill still.
Huh? Yeah,
That, couple man I know did it, so I ain't taking no aim at you, man. But me, no. Vanity is killing people, and that goes for man and woman alike.
The thing coming like when you want jerk the fire. You know when you want jerk some chicken, but you can't catch a fire. The hairline not catch, Richard. You see a man, he got a hair transplant. I said, "Farmer, I thought you had a hair transplant 2 years ago." I did, farmer. It's just in the shedding stage. It soon grow back. Take a blood. Farm that gone. Your thing look like Tory Lanez. That gone.
Nah, man, it's getting beyond a joke. People, it's okay. It's okay. There's a few things that a man can light things like teeth whitening and them kind of things, but BBL, hair transplant, and the thing is, man are doing it now as well. Man are doing it now as well, Steve. Man are going to these surgeries and getting their abs sculpted out and all of that. It's absolutely ridiculous what's going on.
Mark, you're glazing like a Krispy Kreme again. You forget about man that get height lengthening surgery. Man I chop them foot and I stretch bone and all that. You forget about that one day?
That's crazy, man. That is crazy. You know what it is? We're living in a scary time, Stephen. People are going against nature too much, People are going against nature too much. You mean to tell me that you can actually go gym and sculpt your thing? You can actually go gym and sculpt your body.
Too much hard work.
But just because you don't want to take on that hard work, you're going under the knife. And this is for all these women.
No. Imagine that.
And it's deep-rooted as well, because social media plays a part in this, because so many girls are going on there, and the girls who get the attention are the girls that look perfect. So now these girls are like, I want to look perfect
Mark,
too.
I have to challenge you there.
Talk to me, man.
Because it's not even they're getting the attention, but it's not even a case of perfection, because they don't look perfect anymore. It's like the technology's gone backwards. Because back in the day, a lady could have boobs done, you could have a breast augmentation, and you'd never know. Nowadays, everyone wants to look like a blow-up pin-up doll. Everyone wants to look fake. It's like the things have gone backwards. It's like it's on the backslide. It's on the decline. Everyone wants to look fake. Everybody want to walk around like ants or the Bug's Life.
Yeah, man. Some of them look
just
terrible.
Swell up, nappy full of shit, but your leg them a matchstick. That makes sense?
Yeah, man. Some of them look absolutely terrible. Some of them look terrible. And I just don't get it, man. Like, nah, man. Ladies, this is the last thing we'll say on this. Ladies, this is not even just for those mothers out there, Ladies, you see this gift we've got called life? You see this thing that we are involved in called life? We get one shot at this, I ain't checking out of this game through vanity. Now, it's different if I walk outside, God forbid, and a train licks me down on accident, or I walk outside and something falls out the sky and licks me down. That's different. But I'm not going to make that decision to go under the knife. Now, imagine the trauma. The sister was there to do it as well. Imagine that trauma, man. All for vanity. People, come on, man. Let's stop following the African Americans, which is going to be our next topic as well. An African American also. Let's stop following the African Americans with this surgery. Let's stop, man. Because now it's creeped over into Europe, and a bag of girls in the UK are doing this. Stop following these Insta models. I promise you, their life is not as fun as it looks. I promise you. Stop following them, man. What are you saying, Stephen?
BBL Drizzy.
I want to get into this next topic, but just before we do that, I want to play a little clip. So I want to shout out this channel. It's called Their Nikki Globes, yeah? So I'm going to let them break down exactly what's going on here.
So in more model talk news, This has been in the works for a little minute now, but Sexy Red is to launch a new lip gloss line with names inspired by Pound Town lyrics. Let me tell y'all what these names, okay? I'm gonna need y'all to really be with me right here, okay? So Sexy Red just announced a new lip gloss line with names inspired by her hit song Pound Town in a recent interview with Interview Magazine.
Hold on,
which
people.
dropped
Let
early
me
this month, September
slow
7th.
this down for those
The
in the
rising
back.
rap superstar revealed her next business move. I got a lip gloss line dropping soon. Y'all better shop with your girl. She said in an interview, I got all different flavors. Coochie juice, booty hole brown, coochie pink, sex on my period, gonorrhea, yellow discharge, and nut. No word yet on whether these color names are appealing and when this lip gloss line will
yellow discharge
and gonorrhea. That's just nasty.
You know, this
I don't even
reminds
want to
me
play no more with that. I don't want to play no more with that. So let's break it down. So Sexy Red, who right now I would say is at the forefront of female USA rap, has launched a line of lip glosses. Now that's not a problem. That's someone who's trying to get into business and build on their brand. What the problem is the names that she's called it. So I'm just gonna give a few examples. I'll just name 3. Gonorrhea, yellow discharge, sex on my period. Now, these names, are absolutely disgusting. Not only that, I'm shocked that her management team, I'm shocked that her label and whoever else is involved have allowed a product like this to be pushed out there. Now, the reason for that is because of this. Sexy Red is somebody who's heavily pushed at the minute. She's heavily pushed on black blogs. She's being interviewed by all these channels. Her songs are being pushed heavy, even though she don't sell no units. But she's at the forefront of female rap. And the reason I believe she's at the forefront of female rap is to almost kill the minds of young girls. At one point, these Americans were promoting strip culture and prostitution. That wasn't enough. So they've gone and scraped the bottom of the barrel, apologies, and came up with Sexy Red, someone who's not only promoting stripper culture and prostitution, but he's he's also promoting nastiness, uncleanliness, ungodliness, and things that should not be spoken about publicly. This girl's pushing. Now, I don't care what she does because she's an adult. But you see, anytime you're influencing the minds of the youth, and you're ushering in certain things, for me, I think it needs to be called out. Now, we've already seen the effects of what people like Cardi B and individuals like that have created worldwide. Now, just for conversation's sake, because I'll back up what I'm saying, that girl, the UK Thanos girl, who was kind of popular a few months ago, she's died out now, thankfully, because we didn't really want that kind of image pushed onto the youth. Her whole act, her whole persona, was based off of Cardi B. That's why when she rapped, she said things like, Cardi, because she was following Cardi B. Cardi B was pushing that image of being a degenerate and talking certain slack things that are not supposed to be spoken about publicly. Even as a rapper, maybe, even if that's your whole character, there's no way that should be at the forefront of female rap. And look at the influence that came with. Look how much young, impressionable minds were influenced by not only Cardi B. I mean, people will say, oh, it's not just Cardi B. There's loads of them. But I'm just giving a recent example. Now, Sexy Red is out here talking about my front stinks and all kind of nastiness that impressionable minds will now take on this type of degeneracy. So for me, it's a thing where who's raising these people and why are these people being pushed so hard upon our community? Why is this type of thing being pushed now? This is crazy. Who would buy this? Who would buy this? I don't understand, like, what kind of gal are we dealing with? And then we're wondering why there's an issue within our communities with relationships and things like that, because this is what's being pushed, Stephen. I hate to say it, man, but we've gone full, and I'm not censoring nothing. We've gone full retard, full. You know, Simple Jack. Even Simple Jack wasn't full. This is full retard. This is full This is the definition of full retard, and the fact that it's being promoted, for me, it's scary. It's scary because at one point, like I said, they were pushing prostitution and stripper culture, which was bad, but it was moderate. It was bad. I didn't like it, but it was moderate. This now, Stephen, it's almost like they've just jumped out the window. Like, yo, let's just see how let's just see how stupid we can be. It's crazy. I just don't understand why this is being pushed. And then people will say, oh, well, if you don't like it, don't watch it. You can't get away from this, girl.
Every minute on my timeline.
Facts. I go onto Instagram, I see the girl turning around, showing her front. Every minute I'm seeing the girl, I'm like, yo, I don't want to see this girl. I don't want to see this.
One song.
I know a couple of songs still, but against my will. Come through, Stephen. Come through.
I don't know one.
You would have heard them, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just won't know the name.
Yeah, good. Let's keep it that way, please. For the mercy of God.
Like this every...
Gonorrhea. What was it? Vaginal discharge or something?
Booty hole brown. Pussy hole pink.
Are you asking me who's going to buy them? They're going to sell out, Mark.
That's the scary bit.
They're going to sell out, Mark.
That's the scary bit.
To all these little, I don't want to call them idiots, to all these easily manipulated youth, to all these girls who don't know any better, to all these children whose frontal cortex isn't fully developed yet. And that's why they push these things. And you know, the worst thing is, I'll use Prime as an example. I know it's not as an extreme, as extreme, but I'll use it as an example because it was another thing that went crazy. Like, I know it's not as extreme. It's not as extreme, but I'm going to equate it to that because that was another thing which was nonsense and it was targeted at the youth and it went crazy. Children don't work anywhere, Mark. Them not a job, but that sold out like crazy. Just like I believe this will, unfortunately, because you would have young girls buying it, but you'll also have some deluded women who buy into this stripper culture bullshit as well.
Facts.
Like it's a lose battle, man.
Definitely, it just shows that morals have
the
gone.
Same one who was pregnant, shaking her ass around. Didn't she get leaked having sex on Instagram? Is that not the same person?
Same person, yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
No, I mean, I know that, of course, she's somebody who's probably came up a certain way. That's probably normal in her world. So I'm not attacking her for who she is.
I am, man.
But what I'm saying, idiot, you gotta think to yourself, no, she's an absolute idiot, but maybe she don't know no better. Maybe that's just how she grew up, like just round strippers and all of that.
No,
what's scary to me?
I'm not even trying to knock you off your square. You're probably correct, you know. But in 2024, forget it. We're in 2025 now. We need to bring back accountability, man. Because I can understand if you grew up a certain way, you're no longer a child. You're a whatever age adult, and you're traveling. You're seeing the wider world. You're meeting new and different people. You should know what's right and what's wrong, man. But as usual, we make excuses, man. Particularly for the ladies, but just in general, we make excuses. Like I've seen the degradation of society this year. Like I've seen it get worse and worse and worse with this no accountability thing. Like it's just ridiculous, man. Everyone's allowed to do whatever they feel like, and when it comes to like that, it was wrong. Oh, they need to live and learn. I'm just sick of the excuses, man. We just need to do better as a society, man. Honestly.
Fact, no, I hear ya. You know what I think with somebody like, you're right, first of all. What you're saying is the sensible and the right way to move. You know what? Just because we're living in like almost like a degenerate age, yeah, you almost have to learn how to think how certain degenerates think as well. And I'm saying, like, for a girl to be promoting what she promotes publicly after making it successfully, they can't be 100%, Stephen. They've got to be a degenerate. They have to be. And I don't mean this is no disrespect to anyone who's got any learning difficulties or anything, but I believe that she has to be slow to do this. It's either that or this is what's taking you out of the hood and you're now experiencing this a certain level of success to where you're like, yo, well, this has took me this far, so I'm just gonna go complete full retard now. Because look, I've come out the hood. Every minute she's holding up money, pouting her lips, and now you've been pushed onto the youth, and this is what you're promoting. Like, you're promoting nastiness. And I'm saying, like, these things do have long-term consequences. We only have to look at the state of female rap now, globally. And people will say, oh, it's not just female rap. It isn't just female rap. It's not. But we're speaking about female rap right now. And right now, female rap, for me, is at the lowest it's ever been. And people will say, oh, that's not true. It's just not the music you like. Well, if that ain't true, look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. It's not performing. It's not doing well. And that's because people are fed up, man. They're fed up of the degenerates. They're fed up of the bottom rung of society being brought into these spaces to push degenerate culture onto our communities. And Sexy Red doing this shows you that. Because you can't get away from her image. She's everywhere. And what she's promoting is almost normalizing nastiness. Things that we don't live this way. And this is why I say, for me, I'm telling you straight, Stephen, I think the sooner African-American culture is not the center of worldwide black culture, the better. Because it's nothing but degenerate culture. Not all of it, but the highlights are degenerate culture. Degenerate culture. Things like this, the Sexy Red lip gloss, proves that right, proves that correct. Because what kind of thing are you promoting, not only to young ladies, but to ladies full stop? Not all these kind of things. What kind of things that, man? It's nasty. It's nasty, but this is how they're creeping into our homes. They're pushing this upon that. These are the algorithms that hit in your children. These are the algorithms that hit in the young women in your family and normalizing, just like how certain things turn them all into feminists. Look, what's this doing? What's this doing? You got certain gal who live at home with their mom and dad, but hate men. Their dad's been in their life their whole life, but hate men. They don't even know why they hate men. It's because they're following popular culture.
Listen, if I said you were lying, I'd be dying, you know. Most people haven't been through anything but have the most trauma in the world. I feel the most victimized. Like, it's just weird. I feel like we live in a society now where everyone wants to be a victim. Like, it's cool to be a victim. Even if you've never been through anything in your life, you should be dropping to your knees and thanking God. But no, you'd rather take up a stance you have no right taking and make a big hoo-ha about something you know nothing about. And it's just weird, man. Like, listen, the world could end tomorrow, man. Asteroid could hit this bitch and we're all out. And we're worrying about who should pay on the first day and popping
50-50.
balloons because I don't like your shoes and all them. I'm tired of this bullshit, man.
50-50.
Bullshit, man.
That's still not, it's mad, you know. Even yesterday, a popular blog that will remain unnameless was having debate about should man pay 50% of the bills. I'm like, yo, I'm fed up with this debate. You lot are so stupid because, okay, in one breath you're saying it's a new age, modern women, all of this. Then in the next breath you're saying, well, the old school men paid. Yeah, but the old school men didn't put up with certain things also. So which one is it? Do you want an old school man who pays all the bills but he don't accept certain things? Or do you want a modern man who accepts everything and you go 50-50? So that's what you need to do. Go 50-50 and hold your corner. It's sad, man. It's sad how these American female rappers have almost, because I've seen it, I've seen the influence in the Caribbean, I've seen the influence in the UK, I've seen the influence in Africa, that the stripper American culture has influenced. I've seen it. And for me, I just think someone like Sexy Red is bottom barrel. That's the person you should be making the DVDs about, talking about they done this and that. They're actually telling you they're willing to do everything, and there's not a DVD in sight. It's mad, being right about things, It's mad. It's mad being right about things, man, because remember all that Kanye stuff? I know I always go back, but I just like to let man to know that we're pushing that at the time. What's going on with all that? I thought we needed to reclaim our position as the children of what happened to all that? Oh, it wasn't nothing to do with that. Okay, I remember we said it at the time. Got a lot of hate for it too. Is what it is, man.
As always, man.
Is what it is. Okay, so let's get into our final topic of this week. Extreme misogyny will be treated as a form of extremism under new government plans, the Home Office have said. Yvette Cooper, the Home Secretary, has ordered a review of the UK's counter-extremist strategy to determine how best to tackle threats posed by harmful ideologies. The analysis will look at the hatred of women as one of the ideological trends that the government says is gaining traction. Ms. Cooper said there has been a rise in extremism, both online and on our streets, that frays the very fabric of our communities and our democracy. The review will look at the rise of Islamist and far-right extremists in the UK, as well as wider ideological trends, including extreme misogyny or beliefs which fit into broader categories such as violence. Okay, we don't even need to go no more into that. So it looks as though the government are seeing the rise in online personalities, online influencers, people like, I'll say names, man. People like Andrew Tate, people like, what's the brother's name who passed a couple of years back? Samuels. What was his name, his first name? Kevin Samuels, who was the godfather of all of that. Man like Fresh and Fit, Pearly Things was another one. There's a bag of them. There's a bag of these platforms that were pushing the man v woman situation. Now, for me, it's crazy because I feel like as much as those people that I mentioned have their flaws, yeah, and I've watched all of them within reason, but I'm not no fan of anybody, full stop. But I almost believe, Stephen, let me say it as it is. I believe that those people only were given traction based on the rise of feminism. Stephen, I've never seen a point in life where there are women who have so much animosity towards men. Like, I've never ever known this. Like, I don't know where it's come from. I don't know how it's come about. But there are just women who have a hate towards men for whatever reason. At one point, I used to believe maybe they've been hurt, maybe, father problems, all of that. But now I'm seeing women who have grown up in privileged situations. Mom and dad have been there their whole life, married, home, stable home, all of that, and still somehow hate men or dislike men strongly. And that's because of the rise of a lot of these online stories, Me Too, all of these different things where a lot of women, there were even some women who were just making things up. And I feel like based on that, and because that went unnoticed, that was allowed to just grow. You know, that was allowed to just go take over the internet. And there was no comeback to that. And that's how people like Kevin Samuels were risen up online. The explosion of Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit, all of these platforms, they blew up because of nobody combating the rise of feminism. So for me, I ain't got no problem with making that an extremist thing, but you got to make feminism extremist as well, because they have created a lot of hate, not just in our communities, but in all communities. They've created a lot of hate too, with their hate of men, with their unreasonable hate of men. I keep telling girls all the time, just because you had a bad experience with a man, that don't mean all men are like that. That's the man you chose. Some of these girls, Stephen, are actually meeting men, red flags are all over them, and they still walk through the door and then turn around and say, these men are no good. After you made that decision, after you decided to do that, these guys are staying up talking about, yo, I'm going to get the bag. I'm doing anything for the bag. And then when you go and get the bag and you realize that it comes with a few stipulations, now all men are effing. I don't get it, man. Honestly, Stephen, I'm puzzled. I'm so puzzled. So without that, there is no this. There is no toxic masculinity without that. These men have been able to push agendas online because a lot of these men online, they don't know what to do. They don't know if they're going or coming. All of this baby mother drag. You know how much, man, I've personally dealt with on a personal level that I've gone through hell with women. You know, like, this is just crazy. So all I can say to man is this, you know. All I can say to you, man, is this. Just live your life, man, innit? Just live your life. Lay out a set of morals for your life and live by them. That's it, because it come in like it's one rule for one and another rule for another. Because to me, I've seen some real hateful, some real campaigns that are built around the hate of men, where I've actually been looking and saying to myself, like, that's unjustified, that hate of man. That's unjust. There was a woman, Stephen, who she must have had a bad experience with her baby's father. And she just started pushing nothing but interracial rhetoric, like just making out that like white men are the savior, like just talking down on black men, just completely making all these clips and YouTube videos and TikTok videos and hey guys, and yeah, these men are no good, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, you're raising two black men and you hate, like, I feel sorry for some of these men. That's why now what you're seeing happening, Stephen, is like with Dwayne Wade's son, man are coming in and talking about that.
Oh
I don't even want to be a boy no more because it's these emotional women raising them. So for me, make it a crime for everybody, not just for the man, not just for the woman. Anyone who's pushing that rhetoric, that hateful rhetoric towards either gender, make it extreme, make them extremists. It can't just be for the men. Because again, I'm going to say this one last time. Without the explosion of feminism, you don't have an Andrew Tate. Without this no accountability era, you don't get a Kevin Samuels. You don't get a Pearly Things. You don't get a Fresh and Fit. Even some of these men, you don't get these man. If you knock these guys out the way and make it. Some of these girls, you know, Stephen, they're the same as the brother in Friday After Next. Yeah, man, when I was broke, I was in the hood talking about I love the hood. And as soon as I got money, I was gone. That's
Right.
like these girls. I'm saying I hate men. All these men ain't shit. I hate all these men. But as soon as you got a man, you're gone. Talk to me, Stephen, man. It's the Express Truth Unfiltered. Hit that like button, folks.
You said it all, you know, Beth. You said it all, man. Like, I'm just fed up with all. What do you call it? Red pill.
Red pill.
I'm sick of it all. Whether you're on the red pill man side, the feminism side, you're in the middle. I'm just fed up of it. I just want a change of pace and a change of conversation, man.
Facts.
Because it's just people talking around in circles. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that they're doing this misogyny thing in the UK, I just think it coming like what we were speaking about 2 weeks ago and the quote unquote riots and everything. Sometimes I feel like the system really doesn't know what they're doing, you know, and they're just trying to wind up the people. Because have they not consistently been harping on about prisons are full? Now you want to put not just men, now you want to put people in prison over this. You just said they were full. Even off the back of these riots and everything, you said the prisons are full.
Facts.
So you're making up new things and stuff. Yeah, I can understand misogyny is an issue within the underbelly of society. Like it's right up there with selling cocaine and heroin. But I swear certain people only found out this word existed 2 years ago, you know, and still don't know the meaning of it.
Real talk.
But now people go on like it's the worst thing to happen since slavery. Listen, get your priorities straight. If you still want to get your panties in a bunch over this, then that's your prerogative. But I feel like myself and the rest of the rational thinking world are gonna not worry about, but just go after things that are in their own control, man. Like, I ain't got time to worry about this, man.
Real talk. But you know what it is, though? As much as you try and ignore this era, yeah, of man v woman, red pill, I believe that it's difficult, you know, because I think it's almost like a swimming pool, yeah? Somebody tips a dye into a swimming pool. You can stand up in the corner and hide from the dye. You can try and hide from it, you know, but eventually it's spreading at a rapid pace until eventually it creeps into your personal life. Could be a family member, an associate who is almost taken on a certain ideology, whether it's an ideology of that it's the man to blame. Like for conversation's sake, coming off that a second, giving an example. Today I was looking at you know that girl, Mimi, the music blogger. You know who that is?
I think I've heard of her.
It's like a girl from London who does like music reviews and stuff. Anyway, she must have went out with her friends and she was doing like a parody song about, you know, that they love black men and stuff like that. Not just some harmless fun. Some ladies having harmless fun. They say, oh, we love black men and rare. They're just having harmless fun. Anyway, in the comments, Stephen, girls are like, what you mean you love black men? They don't love us. What you mean you love black men? They love snowbodies. Please show me a black man that I can sing about. I'm like, yo.
That whole conversation's annoying. I've just come to the realization that there's a certain percentage, and unfortunately, there are some sisters who fall into that group that just straight up hate men, particularly when it comes to the interracial thing. That's why I'm kind of glad we said we stopped saying the love is blind thing, because it don't make no sense, because I see it all the time. It's only an issue when a black geezer steps outside the race. When it's a woman, everyone's for it. Love knows no color. Love has no bounds. You sing it from the rooftop. I'll give you an example. This is straight off the top of the dome. Usher and his ex Chili, who was formerly of TLC. You know, they're both with non-black people now. If you check Chili's comments, it's, oh yeah, man, do your thing. You're killing it. Oh, it worked for Serena and Eve, where everyone's on the Usher saying, oh, you hate black women. And I've never heard him publicly come out and say anything about sisters. Plus, he has black children.
Facts.
You just don't want men to be happy. Just say you hate them and just keep it moving. It'll make your life easier.
Facts. It's true. Just admit it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's hard, innit, with this conversation. As much as you try and stay away from it, and as much as you try and navigate around it, it's a sickness that's spreading, which is why I'm like, yo, we ain't gonna really truly see the effects of all of this stuff until 10 years, 15 years down the line. You won't see it until then. And then hopefully the next generation or the generation after that get it right and start kicking out some of these habits that have poisoned our communities today with the hate of. And a lot of people will say like, oh, well, it's only online. But people, online is how most people live their lives, no?
Facts.
Most people have their conversations online. You see most of your family through online. Some people see their family more online than offline. Most people live their life online. They get up. People are sleeping with their phone under their pillow. As they get up, boom, checking socials, boom, checking this. How do I know this? Fam, I've been seeing, if you go on Twitch, there's people that live stream like them just living their normal everyday life. Like, I'm not talking about not no content. None of that's even just folding clothes or sleeping.
Yeah, but
It's crazy.
I believe you, Kate, because remember that is that's what you have to do. If you do that 24-hour streaming, because even if you're like, oh, I'm gonna go out and do stuff for content, it's 24-hour streaming. So like there might be a month, because I know Kai and all them did it where you don't turn off the camera. Them man had it on them when they're sleeping as well. It's just we just live in a weird place now.
Man had it on them when they showered.
Like, I don't know why you'd want to watch that.
That's where we've gone to now. That's where we've gone to now. And that's what I'm saying. Socials, what happens on socials is really like serious now. Like back in the day, we could say, it's just some nonsense online. That ain't real. But you are seeing like this narrative being pushed heavily right now. And I'm just saying, like, if we don't call these things out, I know obviously the quiet, the popularity vote goes for those who are pushing this. But in the future, people will look back and they will to know, yo, nah, man, that was wrong. That was damaging. And now the Home Office have done this. My whole thing is this, and this is the last thing I'll say. My whole thing is this. Make it illegal for both groups and you'll stop it.
Facts.
Stop the woman them from pushing hate and stop the men from pushing hate. And let's get back to a happy place. But this constant, girls, I'm not going to do this. I won't do that. I won't accept this. I won't do that. I don't want a man like this. I don't want a man like that. Fair enough within reason. But some of the stuff's just getting silly now. And same with man as well. All these women are not like that too. There are some women out there who are not infected by this sickness. So you don't need to live your life thinking that, yo, these girls just hate us. And none of them do. But there's a lot who don't, who are just like us, who are fed up of the foolishness. So that's it, man. That's all I got to say, Stephen. What are you saying?
Yo, I'm out like Dragon's Den, blood. Making Thursdays great again, never late again. It's the greatest show on earth. Dynamic duo in full effect. Catch you next time, man.
That's it, people. Enjoy your long weekend. Enjoy the bank holiday. It's the Express Truth Show. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. Head over to the Express Truth Clips channel. Subscribe. We'll see you next week, man. We out of here, people.
Hi, guys. We get a lot of questions about how I get my hair and my wave so silky smooth. So I'm gonna let you in on the secret now. We have these 100% satin do-rags. These are good for all hair types and textures. Whether you have waves, whether you've got plaits, whether you've got dreads, whether you just want to keep your hair flat. Gents as well. This is for the man them, Don't tell anyone I told ya. If you want to extend that haircut, then throw on your do-rag, man. Tie it at night, you roll around, it flattens the hair. Ladies, you get your nice little do on, you want to look good, you got a big date coming up. Tie it down, boo. You don't need to worry about it messing up when you wake up. You jump up. Come, so you ready for road, man? 100% satin do-rags. Click the link in the bio.